Okay, take 3. Hello everybody, this is Anthony Scire, personal trainer, fitness expert down here in Norwalk, Connecticut. One of the many questions I always get from clients and people alike are, how can I get those six-pack abs and that trim waistline? Well, there are many different crunch exercises out there, your traditional crunches, but there's some non-traditional moves out there that you can do to help trim that waistline and strengthen those abdominals. And I'm going to give you 4 movements today that you can do to help not only strengthen all your abdominals, but also your posterior chain here along the back here, your core. So our first movement in the 4 different exercises we're going to do is called a side plank, our first movement. So what we're going to do on the floor, if you're on the carpet or if you have some type of yoga mat or a pad, you could use that. We're going to lie on our side. You want to have your elbow directly under your shoulder. And what you're going to do, you're going to lift up from the elbow, push those hips forward so you're in a nice straight recline line, and you're going to raise that arm up, and you're going to hold that for 15 seconds. You want to focus on your breathing, and then you come down and you repeat the other side. If that's a little too challenging, you could modify that move by bringing the underneath leg underneath the top leg at a right angle. So again, keep that elbow directly under the shoulder, push those hips forward. You want to be in a nice straight stacked line, arms straight up in the air, so it's a little easier. And as you progress, then you can go lengthen that lever out to the 2 legs out. So you're going to hold this movement for 15 seconds each. Now when I said brace abdominals, what that means is if you ever had somebody go to hit you, you tighten up all those abdominal muscles. So you're tightening not only your front abdominal wall, but your internal and external obliques, as well as your transverse abdominis, which is a deep abdominal muscle that acts like a corset, helps draw in your stomach when you breathe. So all those 4 abdominal muscles, those are the muscles that we want to work as an integrative whole. Our second movement of the 4 movements is a stability ball rollout. I'm going to use a pad here for the knees. Again, if you're on a carpet, that works great too. So you're going to get your stability ball out here. All right, so we're going to keep that torso nice and lengthened out, so we don't want to crown the back, nice and tall, eyes looking straight ahead. Just light fists on top of the ball here. Keep our trunk nice and tall, shoulders back, looking straight ahead, and we're going to roll out on the ball. So as you see, my body's going to lengthen out, the hips are going to come forward. So you want to breathe in and make sure that the lower back and hips here don't collapse as you roll out. So if you feel that as you're coming out too far and you feel the back is collapsing, don't come out as far. Come out about halfway. Brace those abdominals. Exhale as you come in. Again, you want to inhale, roll out, hold, exhale as you roll back in. So you could do anywhere from 5 to 6 reps. This is a little tougher one, so you don't need to do a lot of reps. So 5 to 6 reps should do the trick. Our third movement is called a bird dog. I'm going to use my exercise mat again. We're going to get in a tabletop or a quadruplex position here on all 4s. We're going to keep our knees at about hip width apart. Keep our hands, again, shoulder width apart. Directly under the shoulder. We want to keep our back flat. So if you feel your back is kind of like this, you just want to roll those hips away a bit and flatten the back down. What we're going to do, we're going to extend the opposite arm and leg straight out. You want that thumb towards the ceiling. Head could come slightly up. Again, draw your navel in. Pause for a 1 count, 2. Breathe in as you come in. And again, you want to draw your navel in. Pull your navel in towards the spine as you do this. Hold for a 1 count, 2 count, back in. Nice and easy. So you're going to do 10 on one side, quick breather, and then you do 10 on the other. You want to do this in a nice, slow, controlled manner. And again, pause for a 1 count, 2 at the top, and slowly in. That's your bird dog. Now our 4th and final movement in our abdominal series is called a climber. What we're going to do is we're going to assume that push-up position or a full plank here. So again, we want to have our shoulder blades directly over the hands. Feet can be about shoulder to hip width apart. We want to draw the navel in. So we want to be in a nice straight line. One of the things that happens sometimes is the hips start to raise up towards the ceiling as we do this exercise. We want to keep those hips square, keep them down, draw your navel in. If someone was to place a ruler on the top of my head, down my back, it'd be a nice straight line. And what we're going to do, we're going to alternate. You're going to bring that knee in, keep our hips down during this movement, so we don't want to see those hips and lower back raise up towards the ceiling. You're going to do 10 to 20 repetitions on this. Now, if you can't get 10 repetitions, don't worry. Do as many as you can. If you could only get 5 or 6, that's okay. Progress each week. Go at your fitness level here. So this is the full body mountain climber. You do this a couple times each week, you're going to improve. So these are 4 great exercises that we performed today. Our first abdominal movement was our side plank. Our second movement was our stability ball rollout. The third movement, our bird dog, great name. And our fourth movement we did was the full body mountain climber. Now really take your time with these movements, perform them a couple times each week, and you're going to see each time you're going to be able to hold it for a longer count. You're going to be able to do more repetitions, and you're going to see you're going to get tighter, you're going to get stronger around the midsection here, and you're going to trim that waistline. You're going to look great in that bathing suit for this summer. Remember, with exercise and everything in life, say you can, say you can't. Either way, you're right. But you can do it. Stick with it. This is Anthony Scire.